Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about finding a solutions to encourage proper mask usage. So our problem is improper mask usage on campus at Allegheny College of Maryland. So currently at the college and on campus and everything that is related to the college in general, there is a policy that masks are required. It does not specify how they need to be worn. It does not specify what kind or just anything at all. It just says masks required. So one common problem that you see with this issue is that people are wearing them under their nose. They're wearing them just incredibly loose, like they just don't fit at all. And it's not as effective if you're not wearing it correctly. So here's one fact that I got from the CDC website itself. It just talks about how, like I said, wearing the masks reduces the spread of respiratory droplets, and it's just a general fact that I included in my paper and I thought was important enough to include in this PowerPoint today. So I also got this image directly from the CDC website. It's just a basic little graphic on how to select a mask. So some pretty obvious ones, completely cover your nose and mouth, and then fit snugly against the sides of your face and don't have gaps. But something that I actually found really interesting when this all started was that you do not want the masks that have the valves in them because it actually it allows particles to escape. So a lot of people think that because of those particles that they're just as effective, but they're actually not. So that's a really important thing to include in here. And then here's another graphic. It's just how not to wear a mask. Like I said, it's pretty easy to find someone on campus not wearing their mask correctly. So around your neck, on your forehead. I mean, the forehead one isn't common unless you see like a child or something maybe. Under your nose is probably one of the most common ones that I've seen. But yeah, this is just basic CDC information that I thought would be important to include in here. So, we have a section on reasoning for improper mask usage. There were several studies that I found online that were just about why people didn't want to wear a mask or why they didn't want to wear it correctly. So the most common things that I found were breathing difficulty, no use, like no point in wearing the mask, or just feeling uncomfortable. Included in my paper, I also put that some people thought that it violated their rights, that it was a muzzle. There was no factual or scientific research on that, so I didn't put it in there in quotes, obviously, and I didn't add it in this because it wasn't as reasonable, as plausible as everything else. So, my solution for campus is simple. So we change the signs on campus, like on the doors, we change them from saying masks required, so now they say masks must cover nose and mouth, because masks covering your nose and your mouth is the most important part. That's more important than anything. And if you notice around campus, all the signs just say masks required. But if you are in the Allied Health building ever, you'll notice that some of the rooms, I think it's a medical assistant room, has a sign that says masks must cover nose and mouth. So in my paper, I talk about how I think that it would be maybe helpful to take pointers from that sign right there. So going from that, we have examples. So here's a couple examples I found online. Just something we could take pointers from for a new sign. So over here, we have just the basics. Attention, face masks are required and must be worn correctly. And then it says, must cover nose and mouth, must be secured with earlobes or secured around head. Simple. And then we have face masks required to enter in the middle. It shows one under the chin with an X, it shows one under the nose with an X, and then it shows one covering the nose and the mouth with a check. And then this last one, I don't know if you can see it, it's from the University of Iowa Healthcare, and it's basically the other two that I already showed, but into one. So it's just under the nose, but then the next one is over in the nose, not the chin. And then the third one is just chin. So those are all nose, and then you have the fourth one, which is nose, mouth, chin, all the things, and it's a check. So that is it. Thank you for coming, and I appreciate it. Thank you.